His personality was a bit different, but when he became sick, he matured tremendously.
It wasn't just a word and it wasn't just a feeling, it was literally like a battle internally for him. He even mentions about it being like a fight for his life, like he was aware of that and he didn't want to lose. And he had this turning point even in his creative writing piece where it's like, all I want to do is teach other people and help other people who have gone through what I've gone through.
Speak, I Aprafagan you like
Nallu kacha. You know where it is?
Nalluch Opa in the morning. The world out there, when somebody gets cancer, it's very intense, the medical journey. Day to day, things are changing, evolving. They're checking bloods, and according to that, they're changing his medication. They get dehydrated, they can't eat, the nutrition's not there. And all they're trying to do is get the immunity of the body to be strong so you can fight the cancer. First round was he had a couple of 2-3 operations. One is the major operation to get just a biopsy. They could not remove the tumor. The second one they had 3 days later was to put a shunt in his brain so that fluid in the brain would be able to drain off into his stomach. Then he had an operation also to put
central
line. So that's where then they don't have to poke him and everything goes directly into
the heart,
where they pump the medicine there. Within a week of having the brain operation, he went into radiation. The radiation actually he was supposed to have 25 rounds of radiation. Right. They said that giving him radiation would kind of kill. They wanted to reduce it so that they could operate, or some sort of therapy to kill it, because they really didn't know anything else.
He was a kid who loved to get his own way, and if he didn't get his own way, he would make his own way happen.
We used to fight a lot when we were younger, and sometimes on purpose. Like, we just want to irritate the other, but I guess that's normal.
Yeah.
It wasn't until later that we became best friends. Yeah.
Loved it. Soccer, and with all the signatures from the socceroos, and this ball was there.
This was his other favorite.
Signed by the goalkeeper, the Socceroos captain.
Like, a lot of kids find, closeness in their mums because that's something that generally happens, but without a doubt, Dad and Navzad were always the same person. I remember that they used to just compare each other, how like, oh, I'm nearly as tall as you, I'm gonna grow taller than you are, and it's like, no, you'll always be my child. It doesn't matter how tall you get.
Every time we would have doctors visit after a session, we'd go to the doctor to see new results. Every time we'd get the same answer, but it's still there. After a while, he was so upset, he said, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to sit in the doctor's room. You deal with it. He didn't want us to tell him any of it because he had that internal fear about it, and he couldn't even talk to us. We never prepared him for death, and we never told him that this is what the doctor has said, that he's not going to survive. We always gave him hope from day one. No matter what they told us, we would just wipe that out from our brains. That's not for my son, that's not for him. We will survive through this, and we will get through this.
I would say though there were days where it was just too much, like the pain was too much, the exhaustion was too much, and you can completely understand that as a human being. Like, none of us are able to go through that kind of extreme circumstance without having those bad days.
Almost within the first month, not even, probably the first week, I remember really praying that it was me instead, because I felt like I could have done it better, or then he wouldn't be in pain, you know, so.
Yeah.
I think you have a great support system, and that makes the difference. Not only mum and dad, but you've got aunts and uncles and cousins and lots of people helping you out in any way they can. So there's at least that.
Yeah.
For us also it was really very difficult, and our friends were the only ones who gave us gave us that support through our life.
Yeah, it completely changed my life personally. By the end of it, I think he was a great gift to me personally, because at the end I think he was my brother.
All I can say is that it taught me to be strong, and if Navzad's not able to, then I should live and make the most out of it and make memories for the both of us.